Hello, you're watching the Star News Update. I'm Hemalatha Subramaniam. Datuk Seri Abdullah Ahmad Badawi will table the bill on the police force and enforcement agencies at the Dewan rakyat sitting next month. The Prime Minister said Friday that the bill is the last of three to bring about reforms to three institutions, namely the Judiciary, Anti-Corruption Agency and the police. Abdullah also promised to implement all the reforms promised even after retiring. He said this after having breakfast with Chinese voters in the Kuala Terengganu parliamentary constituency who will go to the polls on Saturday. All parties contesting in the Kuala Terengganu parliamentary by-election have been reminded not to campaign during the cooling-off period between 12 midnight and 5 p.m. Saturday. Election Commission Chairman Tan Sri Abdul Aziz Yusof says the cooling-off period is necessary to allow the voters to have a clear mind during the voting process. He also urges all parties to cooperate fully with the Commission and its officials to ensure a smooth polling. The constituency has 80,229 registered voters, including 1,302 postal voters. Polling will start from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Even as the UN General Assembly was meeting in a special emergency session initiated by Malaysia, Israeli ground forces thrust deep into a crowded Gaza City neighborhood for the first time, sending terrified residents fleeing for cover. The Israeli military also shelled the United Nations headquarters, a hospital, 5 high-rise apartment buildings and a media outlet. Our correspondent Shahanas Habib relates the horror of the bombing from the war-torn Gaza Strip.
Yes, it was really bad because it was really heavy bombings everywhere, very intense. And hospital was hit, and also the UN building where people were taking refuge. So those things were quite scary in there. Today it seemed a bit quieter, but we've been waiting for about an hour now to get in. And right now, just about 10-15 minutes a day, actually I'm looking out and the bombings are just taken, and the smoke is still, the plume of smoke is just all over the place kind of a thing. Because there was one of the bombs just before you called. So there's been 1, 2, and then a lot of tanks firing. You can hear it from where we are.
Only about 500 people remained in 10 relief centres throughout Sarawak on Friday as the flood situation continued to return to normal. Deputy Chief Minister Tan Sri Dr. George Chan says 2 relief centres were still open in Sarawak, 1 each in Bawu, Sebuyau, Serian, Pantu, Dalat and Nia, and 2 more in Simunjan. However, he says the coastal waters of Sarawak remained under a Category 3 alert for strong winds and rough seas until Monday. For more updates, log on to thestaronline.tv. I'm Hemalatha Subramaniam. Thanks for watching.